Hey, what's up you guys? I'm Sarah Labrat and today we are going to be talking about what I accomplished in January, aka my January wrap up, as well as my February goals, mostly for creative things, but a little bit overall. Something that I'm really trying to do this year of 2021 is revisit my goals monthly, trying not to touch on them more than that, but kind of like opening up the document that I have my goals written down in, like once a month just to see where I'm at. And so there's really no better way to start than with January. This year for my 2021 goals, I did set good, better, best goals for most of my categories, which is something that I saw Angela Ann do. And I've really enjoyed that so far because it's kind of like a pretty low stress goal, a medium stress goal, and then like a really ambitious but could be possible goal that I would like to achieve, but I would be happy with any of the three. So let's start with my writing goals. My good writing goal for 2021 was finish book 1 of DE. My great goal was finish book 1 of DE and start querying. My best goal was finish book 1 of DE and start querying and then draft an entirely new story like book 2 of DE, CBH, or even something else. And so I would say that January was a step towards that basic good goal, which is finishing book 1 of DE. In January, I ended up getting to the 75,000 word mark in draft 3 of my project DE, meaning that I probably have about 35 or 40 more words to rewrite before draft 3 is done. I had originally given myself 2 months for this goal of rewriting my book, and that was going to be November and December, and then November happened, and I was like, oh, okay, this is a little ambitious. So I reined that back to 4 months, and so my goal was to do about 25,000 words in November, December, January, and February. I was behind when I started January, but I did end up finishing at 75,000 words, which means that I am now on track. I rewrote a total of 34,362 words in the DE rewrite, aka draft 3. I did about 1,052 words in DE drafting, which is probably like book 2 or book 3 or ideas somewhere in there. I did 421 words in CBH drafting, and then a couple other ones here and there, but for a total of 35,887 words in the month of January. I did end up having 11 0-word days, 6 of which were in a row, but I finished the month really strong, and I had 4 days that I rewrote over 3,000 words, which is a lot for me. And the highest day that I had was 6,178 words, which was crazy. If you have not seen my last writing vlog where I basically wrote the 30,000 words to bridge the gap between where I was at, which was 45,000 words, to 75,000 words, I will link it up here and in the description box below. And the total amount of time that I ended up working on DE during the month of January was 27 hours and 25 minutes. I was trying to make a very intentional effort to put my energy and my creative energy towards this project. And so considering that I got those 27 hours and 25 minutes done in 20 days of writing, I'm very happy with, because I was averaging about over an hour a day, like an hour and a half a day, which I'm pretty satisfied with. I also ended up doing a total of 30 minutes of CBH, which is fine. CBH is not my priority right now, although I am really excited for it when I get around to it. So that brings me to my February writing goals, which is to finish however many words are left in the rewrite to basically bring me to the end of draft 3 so that then in March I can send Project DE out to beta readers, which is freaking wild. But that's the current goal. I'm hoping to not push that back just because I am trying to start querying by the end of the year, and I don't know how many drafts I'll have to do between betas and querying. All of that is very unsure to me right now, and so I'm just trying to do the work sort of while my job is relatively light too, so that I can finish book 1 of DE this year, that I can start querying it, and then also be able to draft an entirely new story so that I can officially achieve the good, better, and best goals for writing in 2021. And maybe even blow that out of the water and start something else. I do not know, but those are my current February goals, is just to finish the rest of the rewrite, which will probably be, like I said earlier, somewhere between like 35 and 40,000 words, which is a lot. And yes, I did forget that February is a short month, and so it's a lot, but it should be fine. Next up are my reading goals. My good goal for 2021 was reading 6 books, 4 of those being nonfiction. The reason that I set my lowest goal to 6 is that I have been in a reading slump for a very long time. I am finally getting out of that, but I wanted to make sure that this was a low pressure goal so that I could happily achieve it and be very happy with however many books I read this year. My better goal was to read 12 books, aka AKA a book a month, which should be easy if you're not in a reading slump. So again, this was kind of like I'll be very happy if I achieve this. And then my better goal was to read 20 books a month. Whoa. No, I definitely meant 20 books a year, 4 of them being nonfiction books. So roughly 1 every quarter, although I feel like I'll read more nonfiction books than that. It's just kind of a baseline. I officially read 2 books in January. I read A Court of Thorns and Roses and A Court of Mist and Fury, and then I started A Court of Wings and Ruin because I am rereading the A.K.A series with Brooke Wrights and Angela Ann as a part of a book club leading up to the new book coming out, which is A Court of Silver Flames. It has been very nice having like that accountability that like I have to be ready for our live stream discussions, and I've really enjoyed the book club so far, and I actually ended up making videos for both A Court of Thorns and Roses and A Court of Mist and Fury. The A Court of Thorns and Roses was a book rant while I was making a charcuterie board based on the Spring Court that will be linked down below, as well as what I learned about writing from rereading A Court of Mist and Fury, because rereading a Sarah J Maas book I really got to kind of like analyze what I like so much about them. And then I started on A Court of Wings and Ruin, which I am still currently reading, but I'm very, very happy that I got 2 books read in January, 2.5 books, we'll say. But going into February, kind of the things that are on my TBR is to finish rereading okay, you can't tell that I'm wearing a shirt, is to finish rereading A Court of Wings and Ruin, and then the next book that we're going to be reading in the book club is A Court of Silver and Starlight. To look that up. That's embarrassing. Okay, whoops. A Court of Frost and Starlight, which is kind of like the novella that goes along with the A.K.A series. Novella, it's like 250 pages or something. I want to read the next book in the A.K.A series, which is coming out in February. I think it's coming out on February 16th, which is A Court of Silver Flames, which those 3 books alone are like 2.5 books technically, but I'm gonna count finishing books this year, I think is how I'm gonna count towards my book goal. So that will bring me to 5 books completed this year. And then as I'm kind of like driving around, because sometimes I like listening to music, but sometimes I like listening to an audiobook, I just started the 4-hour work week, which I am super stoked about, and I already love it so much. I'm like an hour into it. So those are the books that I want to read in February. Everything should be somewhat under control, and I should be able to read most of that. That's on my TBR. That's like my I would like to read list. Everything is shaping up and looking like I will be able to read those, but I'm not going to put pressure on myself. I think that's something that I'm trying to do a lot of this year, is making goals and putting the time towards them, but then not worrying so much about the outcome as I am about like the intentionality of my time that I'm putting into it. And then as I'm kind of skimming over these other goals, I haven't really decided what I want to do with some of them. I do have on my list that I want to explore more intentionally and try something new every 2 weeks. I'm gonna change that a little bit because I do try to get out of my apartment every day. And so I'm gonna try and reword getting out of my apartment every day to I want to try and compliment somebody every day, because I'm back in Texas now as we are sitting on the floor of my apartment, and I'm trying to meet people, and one of the best ways to meet people or strike up a conversation is to compliment them, and I have to leave my apartment to be around people, so I'm going to try my best to compliment someone every day. I will probably miss a couple days just if I choose to leave my apartment and just go for a walk or something, but I'm going to try my best to compliment someone every day. And then hopefully, who knows, that might spark a friendship, or that might spark like a workout buddy or something, but I'm trying to add intentionality in that aspect of my life as well. My word for the year is opportunity, but I kind of like intention, and I keep talking about my intentionality, but I kind of feel like the two play like hand in hand, and so this will be interesting. I'm really also hoping that I make one of these videos every single month. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a big thumbs up if you did, because it really supports my channel by telling the YouTube algorithm that you liked my video and that someone else might too. Please let me know down in the comments below some of the things that you accomplished in January and some of the things that you want to achieve or are chasing after in February. And if you have not already but want to see more videos from me, make sure you scroll down below, hit that big red subscribe button and that little notification bell next to it, because I'm currently posting videos twice a week on Mondays and Thursdays. And thank you so much for watching, you guys, and I will see you guys next time with another video. Bye!